Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd shoot a quick video on my progress on the rear axle to the 6.3. If you saw in the last one the little slip joint, you know, on the swing arm part on the passenger side, there's a slip joint there called Homokinetic slip joint, and on first inspection I thought it was in good shape, but on close inspection it isn't. It's got some chips out of the splines and some cracks on the outer body. I'll get in close and show you what I mean. So there's that. I just want to show you how I took that out and what's involved and all that good stuff. Obviously adds to the cost of rebuilding the rear end. So I'm going to replace all the obvious rubbers and the boot and the Homokinetic joint now, and bearings and all that good stuff. As far as that joint, that little guy is in the box here. I'll show you how I took it out. Wasn't a big deal, but that's the little guy. $800 for one of those, believe it or not. But you know, it's all part and parcel of the job. So I'll get in close in a second and show you. But the budget for the rear end is probably, with that, probably going to be a couple of grand, you know, with parts and you know, all of the pieces that need replacing on that. So not too bad really. To give you a little story, I had a customer show up today in this big fancy F350 truck, and he was telling me a story about his daughter's got a similar one, and she had one of the wing mirrors, you know, the door mirrors smashed off. Oh, whether someone hit her or she hit somebody, but $1,800 for one of those mirrors, because it's got all sensors and lights and heaters and all that stuff. So kind of gets in perspective. It all depends on the part. So this is obviously a more expensive part than all the other bits, but it needs doing, doesn't it? So anyway, so let's get in and take a look, and I'll show you how I took it out and a closer examination of that part. And those of you familiar with this, I went ahead and did it off camera, and then that's what spurred me to put it on camera, because I didn't want to get too far ahead. All it is, there's a little like a ring washer that sets in here, and then a simple spring clip that holds the slip joint in. Okay, so not rocket science. So just take that out, and then I'll show you the slip joint, and then show you how all those little roller bearings go. Essentially, in this casing there's three key points, one here, and one here. Let's go over to the slip joint and I'll show you that. This is what slides in. These are the three keyed areas, and see this raised part here? This is where the bearings go, these little roller bearings, and this is going to be a fun job putting all these back in, I'll tell you. But anyway, I was thinking, you know, that if they're coated in a fairly thick oil or something, or a grease, that would probably be easier to set them in. So let me see if I can get in close to you. See what they do, they go in this little track all the way round, and I think there's 140 of the darn thing. So obviously I'm not going to do it right now because this one isn't going in, but essentially they go all around the perimeter, all the way around on all three sides. And those are the things that roller up and down the channels, you see. So like I say, I'll probably use some kind of heavy oil, or if anyone has got any tips how to set these in here, because I'm not removing that casing out of the differential, and so I'm going to be operating against gravity, I guess. So a little bit of grease on there, and then gently rotate round and do it, and then slowly move in as you go, you know. So that's that. Let me get those out. Obviously I'll be replacing all those, and then see if I can show you. Hopefully you can see there's a crack here. See, there's a crack there, and there's a crack there, all the way through, all in line with these keyed points. So obviously that's a weak point. Right, that's better. Better pair of glasses on, or to be honest, we have two pairs of glasses on. So we've got another crack right here. See, it's, see right there, crack here. I'll show you this one again in a minute. And then nasty crack there, and inside here, look at that. That's actually broken free. That could probably pull out that thing. So there's two cracks, one here, and that whole spline. Now this is apparently, and I think, yeah, just the one there. Apparently this is a common problem with these on the 6.3 because of the added torque. I spoke to Oliver, who was kind enough to send me some pictures. Thanks, Oliver, appreciate your help. And apparently his Mercedes-Benz club, and I'm not sure where you're located, Oliver, I think maybe Germany, I'm not sure, but they manufactured some of these for the members because they were hard to find. And obviously you can see there's a complicated item to manufacture, but they are available. I thought that this was okay and we were going to be okay, but it's not. Especially that bit there. That's really dodgy, isn't it? Look at that. So, Homokinetic joint. Not sure exactly what order I'm going to do it in, but once the engine's out, the engine bay's done, I may jump onto the back of the car, where the you know, the back quarter panel, I guess you call it. There is some damage down the bottom edge and on the inner fender, so I might do that and then flip the car and then start working on the underside. So let's go and take a look at that, and I'll show you what I've got planned. So we've got some damage here on this lower edge here. There's some rot through damage here, okay, and that's not too bad in of itself, okay, but what we've got is the inner fender. We've got some rot going on up here, somewhere around here, feel it. There is a little rot under this edge on the inner fender, only right towards the front. So, and all the rest of it is pretty good down there. So I know that they do those repair panels, and I'd love to hear from anyone that has used those. And those repair panels go from around here and then they snake up all the way down. I think they go up to this edge, okay, and all the way down to this line here. So that's the cut point. So I could buy one of those. Those are around 80 bucks a side, and I'll probably end up doing the other side as well. Anyway, so get rid of that, get that out of the way, and then I can attend to the repair of the inner fender lip, and then this will get spot welded on all the way round, and then this is lapped onto the underside piece, you know, that panel that I've already bought those. I've got those sitting ready to go, and because we've got a lot of nice curves here, we can blend it and feather it, I think, quite nicely. One thing MercMad pointed out from one of my last videos, the cone on the lower subframe, so the air suspension car, these cones that are plated. Now I mentioned in there this one was pitted, and I didn't think it mattered, but apparently it does matter, and it makes sense. What he said was that this heavy pitting can accelerate the wear on the bags, because you could imagine it's kind of like acts like an abrasive on the bag and rubs. So this one I'm going to out. I've got another spare one of these that I'm going to replate, and it's in much better shape. I found it in the shed that I had it. I didn't realise I had it, so I'm going to replate that. And so that is that guy. So let's show you the front of this that we repaired in the last video, and the next one on this is to do the passenger side, little hole on the top near just above the headlight, chrome surround. As far as the repair that we did the other week, I've blocked it in, and I'll do a video on the blocking and all that sort of stuff at a later date. I was too keen to get this you know, in primer, and I didn't film that, but it was a very thin skim, and then blocking it, cross hatching it this way and this way, and then using a round block here, soft block, to get our profile. So that's our patch. Our patch came from here, as you remember, and then came down and then reached out to this light pod. It's come out pretty nice. There's a slight deviation just here, that I'll play around with. Almost feels like it's too far this way, but yeah, so that's all primed up, and so I don't have to worry about that rusting anytime soon. And this, then I can spend time, because I'm driving the 6-cylinder now because it's nice weather, you know, I'm just driving that all the time. So then we'll attend to this funky old thing. So this has got a curve here. This damage may have gone further into the light pod. We'll have to have an investigation into that. Do that. This one's good on this side. Then got a slight dent here where motorcycle handlebar fell on it from the last owner. And then we have some issue down here where there's a slight bit of rust bubbling there, and I'll take all that down to bare metal. I don't think there's any rust or anything like that. I'm going to break all that down. There's a prime spot here and here that someone done in the past, so I want to get this all tidied up and ready for the winter, so I don't have to worry about rust, and then eventually we'll repaint the car. But what I might do is blow this in with all fresh paint and texture and all that, and then refinish, finish the whole front of the car, and get it all tidied up. And then because I haven't got time to do all the doors and the back right now, but that's fine. I'll probably buy a large batch of paint so the color consistency is right, so I'm not buying it at two separate times so you get a mix wrong. Because it'll probably be another year or two before I get around to doing all the doors and the back, and then work our way over to the roof. So that's that project right now. I think that's all for today. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Appreciate it, and click like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Alright, take care.